A lot of people take me as when I say I am not a Christian or I'm not a religious person. They take me as un or un. Just not believing or whatever, but I believe everything that's in the Bible, and what a lot of people fail to realize is that what's been taught to you in the Bible is bits and pieces, and people don't actually go and read the Bible or get understanding of the Bible. Catholics talk over home, talk over Christianity and conformed it. Sudoeste e ave conforme piece of the Bible and very religion. Tati comes to existence as to go through Catholic Church. Catholic Church has made or Jesus with Catholic Church has. We think about the Bible and made it not important of the Hebrew Israelites are the Jews that are in Israel today are. Not the Hebrew Israelites Jews that are over today are actually tions that have founded la verite or media terrum. Or Wall Street terrum everything music terrum. Or fit a Jewish name is one everything that controls our country. And people just don't look at what the prophecy aside, don't look at what revelation says. It says that the people in Israel will claim that they're Israelites and they're not. Psalm 83 talks about the different nations that world cut of Israel as a nation, and we all have been brought up to think that the race is superior because of that we have been brought up to serve with God with Jesus. And that's not the way that it is when Jerusalem was overtaken by Assyria. Tribe of Judah went into Africa. There are tribes still in Africa no. That believe and go by the Hebrew laws. And in Africa so their people. That everyone asks shooting that is the way that it was. That is not what happened in Africa did not. So their people so the people were different. Tant in the so Hebrew Israelites they were reading the people that are the black. The people of color that have been brought from Africa. Their ancestors brought from Africa are Hebrew Israelites. There vem African Dicionário africano negro are too different. Teams or two different classifications of people. Africans were the tribe of one. Was not Israelite the people that were brought was the true Hebrew Israelites.
The true Hebrew Israelites.
Jobi. Ei. It is a little bit crazy you student Bíblia. Ai onde ele fanutingos a ouro historizazi. Tueur.
Are we in too deep to heal?
Tell me everything you know. Tu makes clear before you are leaving here. I know it's ain't easy but there is something left to hold on to. We can work it through, you don't have to go. There is a future here with me. You. No more. Tell me.
Tell me everything you know. I wanna hear. I'm trying to be open, but that window is closing. And either way, I need to make
It's before.
we're leaving here. Either way, I need to make it clear.
Before leaving here. And shalom everyone, shalom. I want to welcome everyone to house of the Lord disciple of Israel. Elder Michael Donson and today we are going to be going through a pretty interesting teaching today, but before you do I have to keep this obligation up to you have 15 sources of this, but it seems like it's winding down. To William we have a lot of different things that is going on, but it is based on this virtuality have figured out every which is possible to actually to not take up this challenge so it look like we just flapping our gums no baseontes, but I am keeping my of the ideal baseontes here with my partner so actually have put this super sources of this chave to come before using the contents. In any of the 3 years that we chose to edit contents last leader and where last located. As well as we have a copy of Terones but they have that just for that. Knon evernotoni shushovistchase venha tempte tu come atitis. Notone ande fimbote diferente tinzande que pegou em gotes diferente wastrin chuse. Yuknote aretizande te decerte anteiro que no everiting elsibut te on titusit terian saitat peopulis not te lintem detruve, but te refusi tu adrestizande felte doun chave tu come for what you say anything. Basically last onde te studi ouvir and as I said before people's tais terio aure de seteling. And if you start telling or willing to have the truth that they shows you is a lie. And once you shows into do that you shows that's what you want to do but when you stand before God you shouldn't have no issues when sit and say I never knew you shouldn't have no issues because you chose it to be a reflection to be you chose to be what they want to do. Sudoeste tos choices is up to you. But what we looking at is which they command it says from which they come desire. No one of the minding that we looking at antes is going to be very serious and as I was saying that I got on more on cement where after it is going to be going in the back because it document that we're going to be having on the doc for Jesus prayer or prayer you also say it in the back and you also say it to I take and download it we're going to make it available to where you can actually get it immediately after testing Sudoeste. The mindings from which they come desire say last week 3 weeks ago. Spoke about it and in this class they went through things and talking about their desires but we're going to look at this in a more deeper way because once they share if the classes on which começou you have to think out from which they come to exist importante parte this week Sudoeste importante to make sure que no you. Not trying to figure out somebody else want to know you say because some people they sit and a lot of people spoke about desiring for long life some people if a desire for acceptance and some desiring chasing money for example. But as we look at this we want to understand what these things and these desires come from understand things as a whole. Sudoeste I'm going to invite you over to this first panel where we're going to look at Sudoeste Rock chapter 12 we're gonna pick it up in verse 8 and it says a friend cannot be known in prosperity. Including an enemy cannot be then adversity these things cannot happen. So what I'm saying is and what this Biblia is saying and what a lot of us do say doing that you never really know. Your friends are if you have money and you doing things you never know your friends but we also have another problem where people desire respect what is what you want to understand because respect come if under conditions or under some type of control which começou if power. Which is a fine line with your own mean what that Sudoeste on need to know. Ou to accomplish. Te desire so need to know outros you can be accomplished because if you desiring. Respect control and power. See other people going to it to do it through strength of money they're going to do it through strength of popularity. They're going to do that to the strength of worldly knowledge Sudoeste you want to understand really what. Boingom because you have power you have respect. And you have it overwhelming that comes with a responsibility that comes with a responsibility and if you lose respect you also lose the power you also lose power you lose to respect. You lose to respect the same thing you lose friends you lose a friend you lost you don't lost your money you don't lost your mind you have gained enemy. Alter you as a friend that could not be den sudoeste te minding what you want to think about this question sudoeste let's look at this and we're going to go through this together we're going to take this over in the first centuries and the second address we're gonna look at chapter 4 and we're gonna pick it up at version address 4 and we're gonna look at version and we're gonna think about this is the thing had to jeito serious real que Candite sais em ultime singer deino. Wish was sent to me wish is talking about others it sais unam lazerial. Give me answers to ask you want to know two things before you go deep into this you want to know two things. And we want to know everything is functioning to what we can say spiritually what God is saying to ask you are going to be heading to carnal. Se de butir going to be jetint espiritual se de sudoeste you know what is saying all the time and we can say it so it is better to do it so I and you are going to let you know exactly what it is and your it is things don't touch so it is good when you come over here to keep your pencil you have your paper to where you can know these things so you need to know what things mean spiritually and what function it in Bíblia sudoeste real mean God is my light sudoeste that's what you was coming to do you was coming to give address understanding and exactly what his name is God is my light sudoeste I'm gonna use the fire of God. But we want to also know what others is and that's something I don't normally tell people what it is but we're going to think about what his name actually means as or event trace it means same thing in both sides but we want to know what it means sudoeste so we go through there we know you was doing what you was doing chinchiri time and we're going to look at it trace and we want to know what other case no meant what we can think about but address means my per sudoeste I want you to make sure you know what that is sudoeste we got my light and then we got my per sudoeste tis to give in your was to give in through to valley of the attribute his desires to desires of flesh is in the valley of the his why to deceive you from the truth tis what chicatis and tis what they look to find for when going through this valley of the sudoeste we're going to look at this lesson today and we're going to get the answers on what we are looking for from wish. Começou desejos from wish começou desejos sudoeste let's look at this and we're going to start pulling some inverse to it size and sight art. As going to far. No ardri going to far in this world está o quinto address está o quinto tiuncli of the sudoeste I always lovingly calling uncli 3. E silent thank you to comprehend why of the most it is this problem that a lot of people have because we truly believe we can. Comprehend why it most gambo most things you say can desiring front flesh is eater. Coupled with two things when setting desiring things front flesh two things. Long life is one of them and eternal want to on the world and everything it. Sudoeste te desires is knowing two eyes of God before knowing him because many people seek to sit there and say I always been seeking to know God and only on so to touch is on so actually want to be an adversary to God. Let's look at it and we're going to find out what's going on because you're in the presence of God want to take no God and actually if it is adversary to God Sudoeste you say it is over in Ezequiel chapter 28 we're going to pick it apart verse 15. It says when to was perfecting what was front die that to was created front die was created to access into you as found in me you say what is going on here. We were created perfecting or wise but iniquity was found in us no matter what you want. Tu que não há de ti creatores sou what you desire is of into ti. Out come of the desires is his desire that is what it should be but that is not the same thing because many of us had the same problem on second no area vinga problem again on second I'm going through this. No is it doing this let me say if I can do this on second. If this is on second let me do on thing because it is phrasing on this. On part. In one second. I know why I can fix this Sudoeste just give me 1 second. Let me do this here. We gonna fix this on really quick. Sudoeste just give me 1 second. And as I said every 1 second we got that straightened out to where we can go ahead and move forward because I don't know why you wanted to do that but that is okay we got that straightened out really quick so what we doing here is going through it and we're going to finish what we was doing here and let me put this back over here give me 1 second. And now we're going to finish what we were doing here Sudoeste you was looking at this and the same thing as what you was saying, the same as what you was saying and we sit and sit we say that there in Ezequiel 28. In verse 15 it says and you was perfecting or wise but the main thing is when you was perfecting or wise. A lot of us the problem with a lot of us once we get into these positions we fail we know everything we fail we. Above everything and the problem we have is we think we know everything now about God and that is not the truth. We think we know this about God we think we know that about God we perfection what we know about God that's craziness all the way around Sudoeste let's look at something we're going to say it is over in Isaiah we're going to look at it in Isaiah chapter 55 and we're going to look at verse 8 because it's telling us something that is clear in scripture where it is starting to king of jet cause it says in Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 11 it says for my thoughts are not your thoughts neither are your wise my wise side the spirit of God is wise is not your wise and his thoughts is not your thoughts. But you always think we know God you always think we know the eyes of God as soon as we are known a little small thing about God all of us should know everything about God. We can't even talking about this so bad we can't get out on why on this we can learn on a little small thing. One thing and we know all about it let's go down a little bit more let's go down a little bit more where we're going. to go over here to psalms I want to show you something that is on where we're going to pick up something we're going to go to Psalms 147 we're going to pick this up in verse 5 it says great is our creator including great power his understanding is infinite his understanding is infinite sudoeste anything his understanding and everything about him is infinite but so on solicitorian and the wanting about God we know everything about God. We know everything about God his understanding is infinite but we want to sit there and think that. We all know God we know God works ill. And that is where you have your problem nowhere near always is his wise and his wise is not always but many believe that we can run with God and have it so many of us believe we can read on your two passages in the Bible and automatically know yes thing, then we are going to be fulfilling the prophecy of God. I'm telling you this we cannot get out of his way and there is only a Venha. Problem. Venha problem is when God is giving in wisdom which his name is talking about his why. And it is telling you my pero ever address was ignored. As many of us let's go back over here and to look at this all together side right here we written. Verse 2 where is still virtue it says side at is going to far in this world. It is going to far in this world and it says and you to comprehend why of the most. Compreend and you can understand why of the most because you can know of a sudden. Know. Many times switching can better than other people. We sudoeste better than everybody else sudoeste we are desiring stat they have but we better than but we desire. What they have we desire their casteros their plans including they want to be little in this way and the process of it their wealth their mind their power their family and heritage in their respect from. But we are going to be little in the process. Say it biggest problem we have one of the biggest problems we have as children of Israel one of the biggest problems we have as soon as you think about who you are. As soon as you think about who you are on it is we on the corner and you belittling one person after the next person after the next person after the next person and telling you I got a problem. With you and you out there on the coin I'm rich. And then the first thing you want the first thing come out of our mouth we want money for respect. You often on exhibiting this and you really children of the flesh. Desiring to exploit what you already have thing but that you just try may shield. Of Abraham I got but I got money I got power I got fame and I got respect. But I want to make sure we always remember something I want to make sure we remember something as we getting ready to get into the main parts of these desires and start tearing down a lot of this stuff we look at Romans chapter 9 we're gonna look at verse 6 because the same problem is not just of the word of God as taken on effect say standing on the corners and standing in the YouTube or anywhere else sitting there saying where the people say it is not just of the word of God. Astra kenon effect asti sei wati ourido ingoaim Israel no aido antiquero eriwa. Vastibicas te ortofodista king no tiafact forteare no Israel e shari of Israel. Vastibicas sutincuit no yuki andit sais neiter because. Tearitu seiti Abraham erinoti disclaiming front se Abraham butig asuatit sais teari ou children ou vazari. Tozi children butit sais butin Isaac shout se bicaletatis teu charit children of the flesh. Sut interior a shield of the flesh because you antiting static soer you antitat mine you antitat power you antitat respect you antitat house you antitat car you antitat boat you antitat mine shield of the flesh. Peseare notit children of odior notit shield of odior saying your a shield of the flesh. Your a shield of the flesh saying of the flesh sit there talking about what you want to do antigo serium e atal of a. Sudden want it is I want that I want it is I want that. Anterior proposito to individuals who are servants going to be standing on the corner are going to be. My servants are going to be my servant you got to kiss my fate. Tell me you don't do this and most of us sit and read terian what it entertain what tem. Oh yeah I want to at this what tem look at it is persondres say pinklon sweets. And what tem on the shoes what tem. Say because teoleting got is this what it started from say because. Te drestol te compreende sei mas te compreende sei mas a lot of us compreending que compreende why of God actually let's get some. Historiarium eri going to get some historiontes irion e venha desate problems do este eri going to go to secondary. Going to go back to second grade of eri but I want to start some eri else because I want to show you eri problems sudoeste secondary chapter 3 eri gonna pick it to part verse 30. Eri gonna pick it to part 30 and eri gonna find out what problems sudoeste associates eri gonna look at testing eri gonna say everything que from at appenet sudoeste in verse 30 it says tisambirite hearing tis second tis utired pine it says for I have seen you to suffered ensining including as parede que doers. And as destroyed people and as preserved your enemies and as not signified it. Are you really is a drone talking is a lot about us talking is as talking God state corners is as talking such going against other people telling them please. Cheese I say don't sit there back away when you can know cheese issue because it is your desire because it's such telling you. Claras da drink saying out of his own mouth telling real is side saint suffering of tension in atens out said. Sinning and what they vendo into our people and destroying our people. And God is preserving ten and no as significating and significant compared to eyes of ten and when comparing to eyes of what we do comparing to what they do is what others is telling area sudoeste I want you to get it struggle e don't sit terior that is what no that is jet introgue achando very one of our areas. Because it is this what is saying besides verse 31 it says I do remember what is I may be left. Aretei tatei aretei tem of Babylon better than. Of Zion. Arite seja tingotes e problemas anfistinguido o arite betertãos. Tis isso e o new I may good person. Why me so what dri existing avenue idea o golium being ave people are seen preserving including igona treat tem better. Tan e treatins on tatsu accessing goliti o cherison you look at it if you look at your Bíblia look at it. Stop playing the game you look at it Bíblia every time you looking at you want to give a pity party to yourself. Thinking no te bem treate acertar I know ova sudden I got a problem about we comprehend you eyes of God we. Don't we read on verses and ova sudden I know chinchiri Bíblia. Let's go a little bit more let's go down it size or staring other people that know the disease it no is gonna call himself. Gonna check God. Igona check God terem other people no et disease Israel or what generation ave. Sudoeste beleveta de covenantes as Jacobo e Learned couple of verses no Igona check God. I'll show you where you as pulling that from I'm going to show you where it is from but says going to cancel I'm going to check God. Where going to go to precise where going to go to 147. This is a place that all of us like to run to all of us where going to go to verse 19 antes is where all pulling is from inside. E show his word unto Jacob his statues and his judgments unto Israel and it says have not dealt sudoeste if nation and as for his judgment they have not known tem praise it spirit of God and is over calling in self checking in actuality we lot we going to pull another on to make sure we understand what is going on but you want to overlook it is only say most of you want to overlook it is only say it is the one where going over looking at chapter 3 verse on it says that is what that it spirit of God has spoken against you all children Israel against the holy family which he brought you out of the land of Egypt saying you only have known of 40 families of the earth. For that reason I will punish you for all your acts of sin we don't want to look at it say you can't look at that only you want to know if show his word unto Jacob and his statues and his judgment on Israel that is the only one you that is the one you hear about that is the one you stand on the corners on that's you are standing in ten shushes that is the one you doing on YouTube playing this game. Playing this game with desires but it is better or it is better let's go down to verse 23 over it. Size and it ter reward appears not you don't didn't did everything we don't have been good for two. Os Lord. Ambor rewarding vem a paredit saying show ego penoer no ertis is what you do desire it things. We get caught up into o Lord gonna tell you what we be bem good for an olhar and we into rewarding. Show ego pandit size is it interlaborável no fruit interlaborável no. Fruit for I have one year intertrot attend I say that they flow in well funding no tupon. Te commandmente Lord o quintas e bois ouvir o otis goen with us. Will ye injetting okay will as good for a year. What is going on Lord every bem calego every bem call for a good to also you ain't talking usual king. Tenho you ain't talking usual paim peping game on you say that is tiplime silliness uniduletes look at it is over in Ephesians. Chapter 6 Ergona lucati versifivitis sais servantes be obedient to tentate your masters according to te flesh, with fear and trembling in singlanes of your heart as unto Christ but it jetis better or it jetis better. We what side in verse 6 not what serving Lord every been good for a good to also every been good for a good to ours. Lord every been good sudoest eres or reward not with for services men pleasures but as servantes of Christitate me answer a servant to the art no I need. Tati ni tati wat te got te jetin te reladzoer. E servisotes is e servicei like to do tes jingangui. Like to play the game like we don't know what is going on. We like to play the game like we don't know what's happening. Say the same thing that you say. And we say pelo pleasure over it te over so they have a problem say and it tells you right here I'm gonna make sure put it on your pocket keep it on completely your pocket Matthew chapter 24 verse 13 it says but it shall endure until te. And they say shall be saved on we want it to be good for two. Or and we showed jet everything. Yet the reward appears not to every being good Lord what is going on with this. We can be good and they can be bad and joking tem Sei te existe problem ou have te existe problem that addresses have in verse 34 it tells you it says what o coqui is and o coqui you are what o coqui action very one of us is because as soon as we sit terrifying but you will God should be walking uso what says I totally for your wickedness Lord where your wickedness meaning. Determine your wickedness, determine your review, determine your unrighteousness or wrong God abomination to ungodliness, and decide knowing the balancing no matter that what we did it because you ain't gonna find it Lord. Jesus address it is address. It says even more it says there also take that well in the world to the west shout white name. Não é found but in Israel ain't não é is found but in is showed portanto os statues. And judgment to us for alternations ain't nobody know it but choosing address calling it self-checking God. The same as money you was talking about these desires were going to be getting into call yourself checking God. Just look at it and we can get on y verse 35 it says tesouro em. Was it that is well to point at have noticing identity or what people. Have sudoeste kept te commandments or kept your commandments or kept it they didn't keep it but your king help. That is will go out there and cut monkey that will go out there and for that we already do it is what you do. In real it's what is supposed to be doing sudoeste venha swirling pontes earth and noticing in sudoeste where keeping the spirit of God. Commandments antes is what addresses point in believing ignost why of God is mad. I believe ignost why of God is mad. Girius come to give in light give in some understanding what is silliness and what in verse 36 it says Tistol shall find that Israel be by the way. Ave keptiti precepts but notiti aten sudoeste ifte enti keptiti iari o quinten o pande enti o kinguzu iari o quinten o pande o kiguzu pansei euredik notisu as going among somotes e propets becaus in unclidri esin jeremiateu ere o mebose tog do play the game play the game play the game because I am going to show you closets mostrado Venha of conversation going amongst tenso do oeste let's notice teriample like te don't know what te don't know what vem Jeremiah gonna put in his little two cents is gonna throw his 2 cents into throwing it to God we're gonna look at Jeremiah chapter 2 we're gonna pick it up in verse 14. And ask question actually we're gonna start at verse 13. In size for my people have committed to reviews they have for second fontaine of living waters and violating out of censoring broken center touch can on water but what side but even for that reason is Israel a servant. Is Israel a servant is you a boy and slave is spoiler Lord. It's coming out Timothy for Jeremiah Lord is spoiler a big good for about 2 wars Lord. Will be good for at last 2 wars. Sudoeste existe problem that we have is so we got to go right back over here to address is chapter 3 we're going in chapter 4 and decide at as going to find this world in to comprehend why of the most. No you can only know you can only a lot of us have it is so because as I said in Matthew. Those that endure until the end shall be saved. I just wanted to make sure we remember this let's go ahead and let's make sure we just keep all this in memory because I wanted to make sure we can't get around nothing let's look at this in Matthew chapter 24 verse 13 we just come from where and it says but it shall endure until the end say shall be saved say antes isso at everybody wants closer on antes de enter I need to be saved I need to be saved or in the world you're going to be saving your boots in flesh actually let's look at this I'm telling you we can't get on life for but we can't get on life 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 50. It already told you this already but first thing we wanted to do constantly we're in a rush to do things let's look at this. 1 Corinthians chapter 15 it says notice I say brother that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of God neither do corruption inherit in corruption sudoeste you already notice in the world keep asking. You already notice in the world keep asking because it is what we know in fact. I'm telling you this conversation as a big conversation all the time in 15 Acts chapter 1 verse 6 say they inside the side they for old come together task inside Lord what is up. Will to at this time restore again to kingdom to Israel. You can't tell me this ain't been going on this so it is false standing on the corner this so these people all over the place don't keep asking the same question over only been good for 1 minute and they thinking they got to hear this to go into heaven. 2 hours and 10 hours I Lord you gonna restore you gonna restore it you have been good have you ever seen that kid come hit to have been good for an all can I have it is no mommy been good for 20 minutes have you ever noticed that it is what we do very good at doing. These types of things saying the same thing even if Jonah and told the same thing because Many people me Jonathan me set point of honest me set point of all fit I did attaching on it and still me set point on it. Let's look at I want to show you something. Jonathan to show you tipo int that we all missed on over in Jonah chapter 4. And there is only where notice it inter because you is looking for benefits where you is looking for benefits and not what we need to be doing sudoeste. Let's look at it and in Jonah chapter 4 where gonna look at verse 9 it says thank God side to Jonah do it will to be on with glory and as king in a question doing will to be my watch. Will watch my attitude guard for we are mad for the gold. To glory was just covering you for a minute but no you mad. For cheese down gold. We can't get on white corita couch no in my booty what happens. Because it gorge of itself in the earth where and hided to the west smoke it gold booty what happens and what it turns out. Verse 10 it says inside the spirit of God as to have pity on the good for the which are not elaborated. Neither made it glorious came up at need and there is a need ain't nothing to do with this. Don't go nothing. Absolutely nothing but size in it shall not. Spare Nineveh. Did me something to dispare Nineveh great city wearing more than 6 Korean 3,000 persons that cannot discern. Peter hid and left and in also magically showed no child duties. Say they don't know they don't Venha it. Antes is all problems do sudoeste de inter talking about needed help sustantes leaf but they didn't want to do it. Tis actually let me go I help us out a little bit go to help us out so let's go to Genesis chapter 45 and I am going to show you something I just want to show you something 45 we're gonna look at verse 5 the same thing that went on here with it is on in 45 verse. 5 is talking about Joseph and his brother selling and decide no for that reason be not grave nor be with yourselves that is all neither for God it's aim before you to preserve life. Jonah didn't even get the gold didn't even understand what was going on same as many of us. Not even understanding the purpose of the God not understanding the purpose of the FM not understanding the purpose of the attain. We can't get on while let's go more side to preserve life size for 2 years. Avit famine bem in the land et teriad 5 years in Wister shall. Neither be a ring or harvest but telling you something I want you to understand it what happens there is size. God has sent me before you to preserve you pulsary in the earth and to save your lives be. A great deliverance be a great deliverance but what now erest uli and all of us missed it. Says no it is not you that sent me rather but God and I made me fater tu. Para odir o imisit e I made me fater tu para odir o imisit de imis. Something I know me said it say people side I get it and they me said it. Inside I made me fater to para o including globe for his house including ruler through all the land. Of Egypt. Tis is what is going on here, tis is what is going on here today, but we out there acting like a fool, seeking good desire, seeking what I want, tis I want, that is however today we can't discern between or hyper or knowledge and understanding. That is to left at that to left and just in case we didn't know. Right hand to left to say it tells us to right here with it right hand. Or left and tells power or ter understanding and knowledge. Sudoeste if Jonah say maso if Jadrice but if Joseph understood and you as fruitful. And you was not from tribe of Judah, Joseph was not from tribe of Judah. Just in case somebody got to be from trying you asn't for the one got to double portion. Let's say a little bit more because inside you think understand you eyes of the most gigantes is a lot of our problem all of us do. What size inside okay Lord that's just take out inside me. Just put me there Lord my Lord I getting I know it side answer. And answer me inside and sent to jet light to teaser I'm sent to give it light to show tese. 3 eyes and set for 3 similar to us before it is gonna get you similar to before you and what is going to jet his light but what is going to happen so if that can't declare me. Only not 3 only not 2 only side should. Till I went out to desire what you really desire I'm gonna show you what you thank you. God I am gonna show you what you desire you comprehend everything you understand everything beside. And showed from west to wicked ain't sign to good to wicked art coming. Say don't sit silly and play this game all I get cheese always gonna show you where your wicked art coming from. Manipulate respect I'm gonna show you where your art coming from I'm gonna show you where your stuff that you want I'm gonna show you where your art coming from cause it's wicked and why just you wanna know Lord and just you wanna know doing I want to do this yeah. I am going to show you where that wickedness coming from that's what is saying my comment to give you some understanding on the Sudoeste what size you will get don't verse 5 because you know you gonna start the party it size and I cite on say you go to cookie we know everything spare com brugo on until you Sudoeste I can break you off. Inside to me side go that I go on going I go inside swag me the weight of fear. No I'm gonna tell you chicas it in 3 answers is hit in the Bíblia 3 answers so as hit in front of the 3. Inside swag me the weight of fear. Or me azure me te blast of you in more call me a gante da passage. Tell yesterday to come here I want to talk to yesterday go jetting I want to talk to say. Many people believe they comprehend you eyes of the most God most people gonna sit there and sit there I got you what is just there immediately thinking they comprehend you eyes of God it is our problem. It is to silliness we get into. His wisdom is infinite but the first thing we do is something on time oh I got it I know what it is. But we can't answer none of these questions thinking and is a bad man and you can't answer. Actually what size but I want to show you what size in verse 6 e size tenso said what mais able to do that to show asked su chatting of me 8 minutes side. Understand God. You said you understood God. No, you can give not only similar to each one of these it is the problem that is so what as we for of us with every one of us. O we go no God or no of us then no God his wisdom is infinite and hebraico of with these trail. Okay, I'm going to tell you no that is not even fire what that is not fire didn't you just say you comprehend what yeah. Didn't you just say the one of us the watchman o 8 minutes ain't talking to no man. I'm talking to you no you was no I'm talking to you. Watchman showed us where that you keep putting man I'm talking to you don't you have an say it is this what is going on all the time. All of a sudden you got this God complex status going on the desire and the power you desire to respect. Antes people to respect your flesh that is part of the problem but the Biblia tells you all the time what is going on. Let's look at it in Leviticus chapter 19 and pick this up 19 verse 15 it's going to tell us it makes this on the way crystal clear it says he shall do no righteousness in judgment in doctrines and ashes. To shall not respect the person of the poor nor honor the person of the needy but in righteous shall to teach. But I don't care isso you don't respect no flesh you don't respect nothing when it comes to this doctrine. Just problem I have you and people I'm so no I minds. Eles I don't you get to go to me into city well man I've been preaching this long on the vi bem preaching as long as you have. Bem living and say you in city and you got people want to put me on something into city and validate ter experiência ante just telling you how long teve bem office do est you need to understand it is power comes from you need to get it understanding on you at this big way. Let's look at something let's look at this desire of power this desire of power. Is what you doing this desire you seeking this power so do est you are going to go over here to Psalm 147. Going right back over here but want to show you something to where you are going to get this together and it is telling us right here in verse 10 it says you deleted God deleted not in the strength of the earth ain't deleted your doctrine ain't deleted in all silliness ain't deleted in that or city doctrine you gonna carry antes is got more attacks not pleasuring. Chiles of men are you serious do est talking about it is less and the same thing so it down because it means the same thing. Spiritually telling you his judgments his doctrines and actions do est you don't have no pleasure in it doctrines and actions of a man. So me go no walking are you serious is God ain't got time for that actually. Let me show you something I wanted to I just wanted to make sure we clear what is do est we look at John chapter 19 just I wanted to show you something I just wanted to make sure we all got the same understanding 19 verse 33 because I am gonna show you something we are saying that and that we are saying which when over that why we are getting this and what actually happened and you say it says but when they come to you Jesus and this out that you as the already I was telling you right here they break not his legs. O itei coludente break his doctrines and aching stats o itei didn't break his legs you got to understand similarities. You got to understand doctrines the linguistics entire time peoples interior you didn't break his leg you didn't break his legs because you as Jesus no ain't breaking his legs because itei coludente break his doctrines and aching sudwest his legs was not broken because he was walking to hit why. You as walking to hit why no oligona avia oluch of peopligona city terio of a sudden oligona say that popsuping or chipes of tiashing dag going to sit terio until they about who achang what silliness. But sesteling you hitshup front what that was that so it happened in fact it is better we're going to go back over tips as I want to show you psalm maquixar you really clearly getting what is going on Psalm 147 picking with part verse 20. We're going to go right here to virtuit size I not the out sudwest with an ination and as for the judigments they have not known you see watch as maquinchach is clear as maquinchach is clear that is we called and break his legs they called and break his doctrine they called and break his teachings. In fact let's dig a little bit deeper on this we're gonna go to Deuteronomy we're gonna deal with some law in Deuteronomy chapter 6 speaking part verse 4. It says that it says Israel the spirit of our God is on spirit of God only but got many people going to tell you all kinds of craziness that is telling you right here. Is it the spirit of God is on spirit of God is on it is not true it's on but let's say as scientists and we. Po actually just po breaking this down beautifully sudwest we're going to zip and we're going to say po breaks this down for us and we're going to let pro putting out your work because he put it work in meet as well as it will meet as well as it because he po put in the work sudwest will meet as well as what po putting what it says it says wherefore I give you to understand that you must speak to by the spirit of God call it. Jesus your word in course notice ain't talking about is just talking about it is man I want to make sure you clearly get what is getting head to pen it is talking about it is man Jesus that so you don't say just that is what all we got is the man. Because you don't say just nowhere around there do you that so he is talking about it is man that married a baby you say inside you can't call in a course meaning you can't accuse of an adversary you can't accuse of an enemy you can't call in a serpent. You can't call in course you can't do none of these things so if you can't call in it says including. No mancança justiça este criator. Tá justi que lede o João 1. Justi que lede it because it side what by the Holy Ghost. Because everybody else is going to ego pontes because is going to tell you as the language on spirit and you are going to. Say it is all together what it is going to run because you are going to say what is gonna happen let's put right back over here you are gonna go over here to 2 Corinthians and we're gonna say something we're gonna look at 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and we're gonna look at verse 19. I want to show you something and we're gonna look at it and it says right here in verse 19 and actually we got it here I wonder why I am not saying it but it says so we look on things that you are saying but things which are not saying for the things which are saying are temporal but things which are not saying are eternal you say what's happening here say things that is not saying. Ar eternal but I want you to make sure we're going to get some stuff to where you get these things really clear to before you move on over there. Let's go over here to John because you want to help us out. We're going to let you use the hebraico out some we're gonna go to verse 14 we're gonna pick it up in verse 8. Says unto Philip show me stuff because Philip wanted to say it. Philip wants to say something. Philip wants to understand something. Are you with me on to sit for side shows the fire is sufficient no yeah what is said to is the same Jesus. Just a many side have been so long with you and yet it was not on me brewing knowing me and I've been with you all this time. I've been with you all this time. Philip ain't know me side just same me have sent faterendo ambo saito. Tem shows de faters do oeste e are you going to ask or are you going to ask me that damn question in the world Philip or going to ask me this stupid idiotic question and he says more he says believe it that I am in the fater and fater in me on the brew and doing the works of what says doing. Side words that speak unto you speak not of himself but the fater that letting me and me do didn't go ahead. Deuteronomy Philip did do you have Deuteronomy crack that book open brew and had it. Open it up and had it size do est and goes on more side believe me that I am the fater and fater in me or else. Believe me for the very host sage. Do it to spirit that is dwelling in me that is doing this and want to sit. I don't want no conflict. I don't want any but I just want to ask you a question. I just want to ask you a question. Do isn't just ask you a question. Shows to fater I got in on that on shows to fater and that to sufficius. Shows to fater I got you on that on you didn't I got you on it you little dummy boy. I've been so long with you you ain't know me. I've been with you all this time and you ain't know me. This is a lot of us thinking we don't set up a God so it has telling you that the Lord God is one. Lord is one Spirit of God but you are going to finish this out over what in verse 4. It says not there are diversities of gifts but same spirit not spirit spirits do est there are diverse with gifts but Moses said there is one spirit of God not many spirits of God. I want you to clearly get it clearly understand. Where coming from where Moses pulling stuff from where post telling me making clarification for you because it is one and they had to check off. Philip fellow let me tell you what I am what when you get together today don't worry about it we're going to get together what I'm shaking gonna shaking you ain't gonna shaking yeah I'm gonna shaking. Me and Judas been talking we're gonna shaking what I'm gonna tell him. E I was she I will show fater and it will sufficient so little do me. I've been so long if you for and you ain't not knowing me say it is what we do we get caught up. We get caught up but what it says there in verse 5 it says more it says. There are differences of administration but the same creator it's ain't changed the creator still or the same creator on you ain't talking. About 3, 4, 5 or 10 ever money by on I'm talking about on but it is better there are diversities of operation. But it is of the same God is okay to all in all you say that it's an introger it's just one. Just one the Lord or God is the one only Lord is only as a whole lot of different. Administrations e as a whole is really diverse tão access doing but people play I don't it is. Is messing me up is messing you pandit right here in front of you do you think hypothesis Bíblias here to make sure cancel what I'm doing. I ain't got to sit there a Bíblia move somewhere and then I asked you just have to believe it is and you just have to believe it that no that is casines I wanted to say wanted to sit in front where you can go to it and look at it but jetes more better on that on top of that it size including their different administration the same ordem it size anterior diversities of operations but it is the same body work is all in all but it manifestation but being made now of the spirit of that spirit is event very much property with all it is event very much property with all sudoeste is going to react and down for you is going to react as down for you is going to give you some is going to give you some examples on or coaches is going to tell on or coaches out yourselves verse 8 it says for on sudoeste for example for one of us can be event spirit of wisdom. Some of us can have it out of wisdom interesting isn't it some of us will just have it just word of wisdom it says what to the other word of knowledge by the same spirit. Not spirit to spirit. Immediate unity administration of knowledge immediate anoterone. To diversity of the gift of wisdom. You say that it's working out but more let's look at verse 9 it says to anoter sudoeste. Note it is giver is going to give fight because immediately in fight sudoeste. Is going to give in some fight by the same spirit to the other. Chigifts bitches by the same spirit chigifts of feeling. E have only noter administration overtere. Este interior king miracles and knowledge propenses and all these things and got some with the administration to discerning spirits and some 20 operation to divert pesando kings of things what you say is it to another to working of miracles. On spirit diferente administrations. Telling you all the time what is going on differences in operations and it says to anoter prophecy. To anoter discerning of spirit status on boy I'm gonna tell you I don't know what I do if I didn't. Habitat I don't know what I would do. Come on Redletter. Because you can say think coming a mile away you just don't have to say nothing you don't have to say or you say think coming a mile away. But it tells you anoter size to anoter diverting kings of tongues meaning you'll be able to speak those parables. You'll be able to read those parables and jet and it says to anoter interpretation of tongues anoter only going to be able to. Interpret those ain't no people or whatever they be saying ain't no of that gonna go into those things sure. Gonna be able to black them out. Sudoeste is saying what is going on but what happens when you sit in verse 11. It says teaser it says but hesitate work at one and self son you say. Spirit. No Trinity no triumph. No God te fater God te son God te Holy Spirit. Self-some spirit dividing to very man severally as you can divide tis up can jet on all. Ikange tome onikanjivi onifui kanjivi onitreitatis uptuin. Andi saistis foras de bodis oniseimas wernilgo lukin de mihoritis onibodi. Lukati ulbodi gogo edemihor next time you avitimi gogo lukin de mihor just lukin de mihor and lukati yourself teres onibodi. Bengmanita achario de bodita achario onibodi sudoeste tozi members tatsuai am sign. All members of that onibody sign I got arm I got fingers I got and got a shoulder. I have a stomach I have a chest I have legs I have feet I have a knee I have toes I have. Ears I have a nose I have ears I have a ear all this physically. But it is still part of that onibody it is onibody is what is telling you. But as many members sudoeste USA in Tati and Makinja. We get it because you want to make sure we get it is understand it in its entirety and back in Deuteronomy chapter 6 but we're gonna go back to first 5 we're gonna go back trogger and it says and we have to say it is administrations what is going on because we have to do something it says and thou shalt trust. The spirit of God without the heart and out the soul and without meat you have to trust you have to love. God you have to promise God. Are you with me say it is what you have to do if it is so not seeking your desires sudoeste you sit there. And we do this actually let's just I want to go somewhere let's go somewhere we're going to go back to 1 Corinthians but I want to go to 125. I want to go to 125 I want to do something real quick before I forget it I want to make sure we say it says because the foolishness of God is wiser também including the weakness of God is. Stranger também say we have to understand we have to trust in sign. Stranger vem his weakness stranger sudoeste you need to trust in God that's what we need to have your trust in Jesus. Where you need to be rolling with Jesus we need to have as our leader as we walk in through this valley of the shadow of death Jesus we need to be rolling with let's look at something in verse 6 it says in this word command. Tis that thou shall be in the at sudoeste Jesus what shall be in all heart and it is going to tell you what it is. Desires are it is cat Jesus what shall be in your heart not. Oh I'm going to come here I want to manipulate and expect. When I come here I want it is I want to find me no telling you what is giving. What you need to have your heart says sign shall be in the heart Jesus what has to be there is going to tell you what has to be there is size cheesy sign to shout te astente talk about your children what it is because you think what it is desires are you want to te astes to your children size to te children to shout talk to te want it is when else ting don't sit interest on what you been doing today yeah I ain't doing nothing let's talk about God we give to talk about God. I don't I need to let you know some of his requirements baby what you been doing I just been sitting there talking to my friend let's talk about God that's so your poor let's talk about this let's say what to side to Lord. Ere noti o kingo ere o ao quinto ere gointo ti story buti o ti o iri gointo do ere jeting redito tal cabou ti go ere gointo tal cabou ti god e aí got some requerimentos a entrento prepare e fora plácio e gotito goto e cante está ere o cante está ere buti o e get o pot of hirai neto makishare o going somel ere o se when I lie down to queen. Ok, you going to say something, yeah, I'm going to tell you something, I am going to tell you about God, but you talk about it, I know. I need to give you some insurance, I need to make sure you clearly understand what says talking about you and capable. When is upable let's talk about God, whatever it is or every been talking about lá entrando to prepare you for. A plácio e got to go to a entrando jeitos readiputing got stut. Your heart of the sweet case I moriting got stuff to air you can remember all these things but it is better it also in first. I did it size and all shout bind ten for a signs do estes buing is an obligation so you make it is a. Obligation and for a signo ponte poer because it is poeris uranium size and they shall beat. Frontless between understanding estes is going to be you total understanding all the time and understand as you can't assure. Family what they need to be doing and going to tell you what you're going to do because it's going to tell you what you're going to do or you get down to verse 9 it tells you more it says and to shout you it tell you on the post of it house do est it is telling you about it God of your house go now it is on the God of your house you ain't letting nothing coming you ain't gonna let nothing come out that is naughty. That is why all that posts me but size more size including all gates or not those of the art you doing want. Nothing coming in that so wrong you don't want nothing going out. Sudoeste you have it stat really going to always remember what is going on in fact size over in size something that is interesting in size that I do want to share with you because size and it is real interesting always side it but you want to make share we share it so if you want to make share is been shared with you today in size chapter 33 speaking about verse 17 it says that it says also remember this doctrine say it is what is talking about a doctor in his vernites avinding force affetti. People going to tell you all kinds of eles and to find out make no sense force affetti conscious choose. Conscious place tos ain't nothing but silliness on jetting introblites vai. We all can go in the building side into the ling inter and running inter and size net shall we deliver me. Be his great strength so you can sit there and touch building all day. You can't be delivered out of there. You running reaching to Satan's hands but it got better it got it size remember verse 18. Verse 18 is telling us remember to understanding of the Spirit of God is upon that desire. In. Are you following which it says upon that hope in his mercy what is do est clear. For us is do est clear for us do est we should be desiring God eles te interessam as we. Get a hero of us so they want to say on desires. We want to say on desires and on not be just problems we have you want to respect of everybody. We want to respect of everyone that is there. We can't get out of all why want is in fact um espertos want is in psas 82. Eu sei tis in 82 verso 1 it says God standeth in the congregations of the mighty. It ashes among the gods no what didst say is telling you exactly what it means. Inside it ashes among the gods. You want to put yourself at the level of a God. You say little you are strictly saying a but is going to tell you a little bit more because you are going to go through this in its entirety then I'm going to break everything down for it says how long you will take. You say read how long you will take unjustly including except the persons of the wicked Salah. How long we gonna do this we sitting in places where people teaching their own personal desires. The Lord told me to build this church. The Lord told me this. The Lord told me this in Adrian. The Lord told me to get this plano. The Lord told me to get this boate. The Lord told me to get this car. The Lord told me I need this. The Lord told me that is all running into. The Lord told me this in the first thing we do is go hitting all pockets and fulfill the desires of that man. It says defend poor and fatherless do justice to the afflicted needy. It says deliver poor and needy deliver poor and needy hidden out of the hand of the wicked. Take no note neither will they understand and walk in darkness all the fountains of the earth. Ariot of course. That is the best interesting all the fountains of the earth is not of course. But people sit until you did sit and so as they say the Bíblia te plotanam on it but tente os partes pelos citats tem. Have I said a good side have I said a God have I said a guides all of your children are it mostig. That is what we should be doing it says but you but it all them but ain't good. But you should do like men fall like one of the princesses. You're gonna do este tatsu e scientists to Eric understand signing everything because they're nothing. But have soul of God. To Eric and watch his businesses and we sit and it to get so we get over so they will the man and decides as a scientist. We're supposed to begin do este tis so we size things in tis particular why side on shall we teach knowledge and on shall we market understand doctrine tentates when it from milk and out from breast or is clear. One shall do this too. Is side we're going to do like men but side but or God yaregis. For me but I want to do like men. Sudoeste we market understand as a doctor suncione sulaço and from milk. Andraud front presiteus tis all the time monitoring we want it to do irano pompe oplite open the comentariste op. In Strong's concordance and over the YouTube internet and very trying to find seed to understand something. Understanding on shall it ask knowledge and on show de make understand doctrine. One show de do texto sudoeste tells tis in Jeremiah chapter 3 verse 15 says I will give you pastors according to my heart we shall feed you with knowledge and understanding thesiones I'm going to do that to thesiones I'm going to do this to whoever te ash it unjustly it is telling you Redletter. How long you will teach unjustly how long you will do. tisu e avites e pastors and peoplicalin selves tis out that ashing unjustly. When you is supposed to defend poor in the fatherless do justice to te afflicted need. Say and size deliver poor in need got to jetin out to I of the devil but guess what we run in ten hit to te devil hit to te devil. Verse 5 It tells you take no note neither do they understand because it unity party is until walk in darkness. All fountains of the air got of course sudoest theses same people same manuantats. Walking in this world is our problem when you want to sit there and act like we cannot and we cannot that same thing and question me a video the other that disturbed me tintir diastes fortes e bois dizem false tinter. The talking about figure tem different type of covenants in the Bíblia. But guess what but more people is tento ten it is real but the same thing is what I said. We're going to look at Hebrews chapter 5 and verse 12 it says that it says for when for the time you ought to be teachers. You have neglected teach you again the first principles. All the oracles of God and these principles don't mean nothing but talk about the first desires. All the oracle of God it is plain hit there in front of us it is been such intelligent time you have to be taught to desires of God. That don't even make common sense to love you Lord thank God with all your heart means soul and strength and sit there and you got to be taught that you have to be taught. Yes and very one of us. And goes on morire size a lot morire size there become sustain if you candy. Not strong meat not strong doctrine whatsoever you put strong doctrine on the shock. It says for everyone that uses milk is unskillful in the art of righteousness for is obeyed and you have people looking around. Teaching as if they saying they teaching with teach meat over on sharpened really. Pacifier sharpening pacifier more what it sounds like. And it says more it says but strong meat belongs to ten that is full of fights belong to chambers. It says eventos will be reason fuse if their senses exercise to discern both good and evil. That is the point of it sudoest that we says that your God your gives but what we says cheese and make chat is clear. Inside example your children are it mostig but tells you clear your bugona. The sudoeste the same thing is what says the link you siding on a máquina in the image of me remember siding on a máquina in image of me because I am against the link all the time what you are and we want to sit there and we want to put yourselves on God level status. I don't think no what to say there you always want God level status in secondary chapter 16 verse 75 it tells it says be not afraid later do it for God is your guide and rests in astonary can give people. But all of us should become like God's status. It says to guide you thing of them to keep my commandments to guide. Tend to keep my commandments including precepts say the Creator God. This is what before but you want to sit there and of so they don't put yourselves on these God statuses. O avasudem god status tis iscrazines. Tis 100% icrazines vitisais in the guide tem to keep my. Commandments and precepts site creator God let not your sins swag down and let your iniquities lift up. Ten self stop ten to lift ten up for ten. Tis is what is going on is do est trying to bring into a lot of stuff on what you doing. And what is happening but what let's go a little bit deeper let's look at a little bit more I want to go over here to Isaiah. We're going to look at Isaiah chapter 41 and just get some more information to help us out in 41 we're going to pick it up verse 22 and it says let them bring forth including shows what shall open let ten show for merging stat te habitat we might consider ten and keynote. Later of ten or declare os things to come say you desire. Respect we desire power we desire fame. Stelling you right here what we should be doing let them bring forth and shows what shall open let them show for mergings. And can't do that till Lord told me to build this church cost $14 million I'll need to do this. I'll need to do that I'll need to that is when we get a bunch of silliness. We need to be able to consider things to commit as you want to tell you we need to build this church. Every church is built to some man. Stelling you God got a God wants your mind you God wants your mind you God bankat. Ain't no one is saying God bank side his stuff is where no body can corrupt it. Verse 23 says it says show the fin show teaching stat are to come after that we might know that are. Gids to say that are gids no we can't do that. No we can't do that will meet is will meet that. It says do good or do evil that we might including remember it together. Se you go to styling you all kinds of different things but they want to respect they want the power so the west they gonna glorify themselves they gonna push themselves up they gonna put themselves up on the pedestal. They gonna put themselves all the way up on the pedestal because they want you to glorify them and not God. Let's look at something I want to. Show you something that is going on here that you can't get away from. I want to show you something that you over or Jesus whatever one you want to choose. O much I want to go over here to John chapter 10 speaking with you part verse 27 show you something that will clearly side says because is again you gotta remember to get there is again says my sheep are my voice I know them and they follow me not trying to follow to the desires of a man they follow me. That is we saying is within upon joy to go and getting into eternal kingdom for rest not set interior we're going to build this church over it is a beautiful edifice it is temporal but it says in verse 28 it says a little bit more it says a tem eternal life that so is got you think you have to follow is getting you to the place you need to go and resting you making you it says and they shall never perish neither shall any man pluck them out of My indicano manjet to my poem list don't belong to in list don't belong to in. People got to stop lying tesigami suave so many people running across and using the fin. Israelites using the fin hebreu and the first thing they want to do is bow down to ten first thing they want to do is bow down to ten. Antente dictate to ti homem you can't do this you can't do that you can't do this and you can't do that. Crasines butigetes beterites. My father wish have as givitem mis greater than one mais habito pluk ten out. Of my father's and sudoest can't no man pluk you out of iterum lesser years aditiculin ten want to go you have a lot of people gonna sit there. Well I heard something better over here I go over teritatis why I always tell people all the time this channel goes up and down as I go finger say people always want to hold on to different things people hold on to their feelings it is estudoeste importante WhatsApp linguiçais memorizais it says and my father ionicetis is what is where problem if image. It says tente followers of Geus tatis o teitatis o Geus meantereza follower of tem but got frequonis got reonis tatis I cite cyber Geus te cite followers of not got frequonis and reonis it says tente followers of Christ to occupstones again to stone. Peito ocupagan because they got all mixed up say tos de men are needed to be tal. Again. The principles of the oracles of God. But what it says more it says how much I am sweating many good works have I shown you. My father from is those works do you stone me that so I want to stone me. Because I am showing you and I am showing these people what the truth is that when you had problem with me. Is that when you had problem because I am showing you good work is actually I'm gonna show you something about a woman in a mind you people saying is doing this which is showing people what the truth is letting you know what is going on and people want to take that as something else is making to blame say. Tilame o alquebut what happens in João 4:29. What happens ele. You gonna say it says that this woman from Sumeria what say what she said when a man left ser water party venture into the city inside to the man come say a man I need you to all come say it is algo to come say it is you told me all things. That I ever all things that I ever I want you to come say it is It's not just I want you to say it is mangestes in tis gay algo to say. Tis do de algo to say it is maneris do est you got to understand can bring light to you to bring understanding. But people want to sit there and look at them of people very falling all over the place oh Jesus tis Jesus tis ingest was in tis montat suicide biso do est alone if you Philip and you ain't not knowing me if you vice me you Vicente fater works that child is not of me Philip. That fater that deleting me but you want to sit there and keep putting everything on means do est no all of a sudden get good status no all of a sudden good and not good swear gods. Where on his status notices craziness do est that so it says the same with a dream sign that it tem. Prospere not understanding we not understanding what you as going on say it purpose. Within was prospering what you as it purpose often prospering say because most people still don't know the answer to question but you are going to say what the answer is because it tells you right here in the wisdom of Solomon a book that you got a lot of sources cite at the part of the books still craziness the same people and the apocrypha is the same one in the Bible but they try to cheat to a book of energy in that book of God that was ain't never been part of the book but they wanted to complete that with it and then they went on that is probably ain't never been part of the books do real try to tie to it is craziness that goes on but what wisdom of Solomon says and gonna drop some knowledge on what was going on we're gonna say it is and in wisdom of Solomon chapter 4 we're gonna look at verse 16. It says, to him status de agile condamentum godly shari living. Te dresso didn't jet that adresso didn't understand that streets play as it tell me. You didn't understand that address play as it tell me understood that because it him status de ad is going to shall condamentum godly te. We shari living in the old that is so perfect in many years in the old. Rigteos. Mani overall rigteos peoples do dias live a long time but we're going after that is going to be a long time. It is a difference it's the difference but it says back over in John chapter 30-33 it says. In the followers is silent to ensign for good works with only not to know and stoning you for that. But blasphemy because it will be man making of God. They didn't even get it say it minding still wanted to keep that. Oppression happening the same thing we're going through given if the churches of teaching to live state teach. Got many other churches doing the same thing Presbyterians and Baptists and Protestants and Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses and name tentated. You got Israelite camps by the drove false teachers and false doctrines. Say ante wanted to keep you oppressed your mean let's look at something I wanted to show you something here it is just really interesting in Revelation chapter 2 picking up at verse 9 it says I know to work I know that you want tribulation and poverty it is what they're going to keep you in well you don't work of it sometimes it should need to do testing side but I know your tribulation I know the poverty it says but I know the blasphemy of tentat cite are followers of Christ. I know ten says it are not already know that is not ten luigi. Cite are followers of Christ but are it is of God Satan. Sei publicitary and just all synagogues just all Jewish no synagogue do Antimian nothing but gathering place. Sudoeste do antigat it tripeguptis mean synagogitis beans shushestis mean. Camp meeting house anything.
Anything.
Yeah, you imagine blink out for a minute one second imagine blink out for a minute. Let me say you guys very okay because my monitor blinked for a minute but the minding is. Isso what was happening in Sudoeste you have to understand what was happening and what is going on Sudoeste and this is telling you. Tese places is acertai do intilet tem foil on tes dings do intilet tem teu tese lis do intilet tem do tati chuil. Because money of those places telling those areti places of the followers of este anteres notice do est letis look a little bit morere. Letis look a little bit morere and say what's happening here I want to sit teriando jet some of in one second let me jet tizone part right here and want to move hit on tizone we're going to go over to this last part over here I want to go over here to Matthew and want to show you something in Matthew and show you this piece of interesting text on what was actually pinned on and we know what is being said because it are short site is out of his own mouth we're going to say it is in Matthew 24 and it says and there shall arise false Christ. There shall arise false Christ understand what they're saying false Christ shall arise in. False prophets and shall show great signs and wonders as in sudoeste and so much that fit where possible. They shall deceive the very elect. They shall deceive the very elect think about that. Think about that we got people and tese gathering places testing telling you the followers of este are not. These are false Christs and false prophets showing you great signs and many people. Gonna be fooled. And what they want to do is get you in touch building that is what they want to do is get you there and I'm gonna show you what they do things and what they have to do it that way. In 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 begin with 2 part verse 4 it says mas in side opposes and zones itself above all that is called God. Escat point to say no say because you want to tell because you got desires made that respect want that point want that mine got to fulfill his desires sits in the temple of God showing himself that is God. Este point ser but we want to sit ser and play these games with fans tingle eu no it's okay I like to visit there I like to do this I like to just hang out there no problem. These places is there to deceive you but if you want to stay there you stay there. These places are no more than it intentions of Satan many are saying they do in here. Ting te doentes and te doing what sim you obviamente aching contrary to God calling the man of God. They're going to call this being the man of God. And aching nothing but contrary things of God let's go back over and go back over and pick it up in verse 34. It says ten how much I am sweared ten is not it written in the law I said eggs. Because that's always saying eggs it is not that you repent you just saying that you just understood it. So what is the problem I've been needing you to until time I've been telling you what the truth is until it me sudoeste you and I sit there until you touch eggs we got a problem I'm missing me up for God. But it is better it says if letting guides on to want out of God come. Including scriptures cannot be broken description can't even be broken So what is the problem is the problem we have within yourselves what is going around calling. Themselves go what is up because you didn't learn from some man. You guys are gods. Crazy doctrines out there many people don't get caught up in it say people will not what they do but got these other churches. They do it different no these other churches got a pads meet will call them God. Existe craziness that happens it says the same thing which says I in of in non ti fatera sanctified saint. Into the world only sent to or to blaspheme because I am the servant of God. You got a problem with it, I'll have a big problem with this side if I do not talk of my father. Believe me not and that is we been doing telling you what you need to know chintiri me telling us chintiri what you need to know and they got a problem with that verse 38 tell you but if I do. Do you believe not me believe it works that I'm telling you the truth believe it works that in my. No one believe that father is in me and in but guess what we can't do that because we self-hate also we got to show that we big time we got to show that we Bigertime tam bigertime. This old problem really constantly go through this jink and publicity and don't think nothing about it is so well I know this well I know that will I've been studying and don't know nothing what's up God. That is what you learn about of this say sites right here because site scriptures can't be broken sudoeste we already know it can't be broken what size area and be able to mix this up then it go tes escreved up in Matthew chapter 5 picking with pin verse 17 sites and made it clear citing not that God to destroy the law because it scriptures cannot be broken they can't be broken size or prophet I can't break nothing inside the community to destroy but to fulfill I have to fulfill these things I can't do nothing of myself. Sudoeste this we are problem this we say where it is desires is coming from because it is all caught up in as it's all up in our flesh in of us sudoeste we got to keep these things in mind. As we continually move on this journey we got to get this under what it says in 2 Corinthians. Chapter 12 verses 6 it says for to guy who desire to glory say money of us we want a glory we want. To hold to many different things but it is in all desire to glory shall not be for all. Sudoeste we got to keep this in mind with fashion and very one of us where all of us want to do different things all of us. Have different desires all of us have different ambitions all of us seek respect. All of us need to understand that we are here to do a work for God. Eventual we desire to glory shall not be for all. I am not in for all my money in terrazin for it size for I say the truth which no forbid at last any. Man show think of me above wish you say me to be I don't need you to think of me no. Higher than what you think of me that added me you get into market places and gigs. Want to be later tiny numbers to call me besoptis call me besoptat same as I told you please sent me you. Sites on me how do you do ya taken call me that or not silent call me brother on the streets call brother I'm good. Someone said that you will I just call you I'm just calling you okay good say but so me means I no. My name is Bishop Sushão Sushi a Bishop estilo este tingo de tua tempole. Existe crazy este ting in the world but it says but we see it is ting and what we need to be doing sudoeste if you. Challenging you want to take that spirit you want to make shadow don't you want to out your desires over God desires don't you ever do that get out that business and what you got a little bit more size at last I should be exalted above measure throughout the abundance of the revelation just because you can sit there and feed me a lot of Mani diferente revelations em abundância don't make me sitting terrible bt city urbu down don't you think you're above anybody. Else. I can give you revelation don't you think for 1 second. That you're above somebody else. Don't you ever think that's what's telling not only me telling a should very other person don't you ever think all that I'm showing you gonna think you above somebody else's sister was giving me a tornado. That is what that torn you say I was giving me a torn in my flesh somebody who you can knock you back don't to this world and don't go to your head told it is messenger of Satan to buffet you and thank you point do delete. Me let me cutting down a couple of shots let me cutting down a little bit. Let me get in stride. Let me strengthen alt son I didn't got a big head can't think to jet trot door can't even jet trot door at all big. Walking need something to carry his head it said so it messenger of Satan to buffet me. You sitting there and the same thing like I said on not the consoled me videos striders e. Messengers of Satan overteriang sitting there showing you what you up against letting us say what you have to feed. Not some deseveri. Last I should assault above measure. But got morire size aversi size fortisting be sold the creator 3 island territory. Team stat I might depart from me no your Beijing. What you Beijing for you gonna go troll can't lord can you get a ribo what your backing force you also have it creator remember. O match I went trade teams what is your bag info. We ain't got to the party so we got to start students is the end game is the end game you can't stop. Won't stop. Say you in love bem folding testing interest what is going on when you say testing starts happening you got habitat aí. Can't stop I won't stop I got to enter this until the end I got to go to what should end. I'm done. Say it's written to have people sipping all kinds of things and something that manitimes even if. Me today sit there summit me I wish that I was a curse from God because of my kinsmen according to the flesh. I see what you was going on this fix ain't no book people think this thing is a joke and it is not people want to take it is other game and it is not. This is a serious thing and we want to sit there and think that this is always every time we get to begin we got to fix like down I know we got to fix the middle of the day I know we got to fix we think I don't mind dashing and we in the feed to the view ain't going to take no rest but we want to sit there and play again. We got people in sit there you got people out there and people out there lost you losing people very diversidness. And they got a feed and then the first thing people want to do is bring some little dumb doctrine to you and you in a feed. This is we manitimis somebody and they want to bring to me like they got some knowledge and some silliness if it that's why I don't have no problem cutting you real kick this ain't no gamer. Say because many people decide to depart from this but we can we in this game to the end. Tis games shudend saint no setinterio e kangerout de midrient no jetinguerio e kangerout from the beginning on we got to put tis amor of God and we got to fit we got to feed tis shudend we can't sit terio e go intro tis gonna put on some of desires well I'm on the wine we're gonna tell you what let me go boom you a big gold $45 million house will I'm doing tis let me go and will me tis big gold church I am doing no tats Tion tintatis ao longa atitude God side need servantes e side na pai one peniantat penny will get you an eternity and on it gonna do if you don't work for me just to till more to point to do what I need to do tis is what I do. But people want to play this game tis is not a game ESTUDO when you sit there and people tatis head and tis just. Silliness on top of silliness. Sudoeste some people anti to the party from and it size and decide to me so you say tis or you show that so shoots muptis is or shoots up and wanted to struggling when old passion through tis size my grace is sufficient for the do it is good for you. My grace is sufficient I can carry less get your boot back out there and deliver what I told you what to tell them. E sai bastante made perfecting. Weakness status only bottom line don't sit serious plates game with me. Don't comment is complaining don't come reacting like you trying to give up. Get your boot back out there and do what I told you what to do. Say tis is what is game goes don't sit there and while tis for a minute you want is for 2 hours. You want is for alpha day you inter for the family you inter for the glory tis is craziness. Plain craziness infactious say even if Solomon is sat there and to the goods people the wanting that Solomon did this. It's the mind that will show a it desire to do antes este problem that we have outro go Israel we at his own. Same problem I'm gonna show you tis in 2 Corinthians I mean 2 Chronicles chapter 1 we're gonna look at verse 11 I wanna show it to you I wanna make sure everybody understand what is happening and it says tis actually must start at verse 10. Actually I'm going to start at verse 9. And decide no Lord God it is Solomon talking to God decide let it promise unto David father be established for to us made me king ruler over the people like dusting of the earth. In multitude what asks for what his desire is size giving wisdom and knowledge. That I may go out before it is people for look and judge you can't ask people that is so great you can. The asking Lord only you can but you is going to get more side and God side to Solomon because it was in heart that's what you ask desiring tis was your heart God has not asked for riches or some of us ask for riches don't you Yeah, some of us ask for those riches don't go on and say you say be honest with yourself some of them don't ask for those riches I'll tell you something else what else siding with some of it somewhere you want that will too. Some of us have asked for that will say you got to understand what you did you got to understand what you did say. Saying what ye ain't asked for tis size or nor interesting none of that respect nor if your enemy. Ain't even wish for nobody to be killed. Later ye as long live but as wisdom knowledge for self that to my have my people for. When I made the king out of his mouth out of his mouth is what you want think is what. You want to say but it is a catching here what most of us gonna look over which we're gonna glide in verse 12 is clear and You're gonna say what side it says is don't acknowledge is granted giving you that got that no problem I'm giving that to you. Can I'm gonna give you my knowledge and I'm gonna give you my understanding but what size eri got I gotcha little passing eri size unto this I will give the riches in my few say that. Don't mistis don't mista give don't misgive say side magividi. Ain't gave it don't say I gave you siding on a give didn't say I apostrophe I gave you siding on a give you something that is gonna do I am gonna give you riches and will find honorant sushinoni of the kings of Yadi. That have been before originator shelter after the like avity like. You didn't say I gave it as riches I'm gonna give it to you. Sudoeste te minding that you want to minding we want to hold to minding you also want to remember is one thing. If you say king you truly say king God and you say king you don't desires in the process. I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna miss so we make chats is on you why you get it so we're going to look at it is in Matthew chapter 25 we're going to pick it up at verse 21. Because it is what all of us want to hear but all of us not going to criticize it is Lord side doing well done it good and faithful servant to us being faithful. Over a few things I will make the roller over many things and perdão. Into the joy of the Lord that's what you want to hear say that's what you and very one of us want to hear but everybody's not going to hear that but I'm just telling you better make sure that you're doing so you make sure you want to hear that joy for the Lord because that's the mine key and that's the mine not come and very one of us wants to do if that hopefully we got some understanding area hopefully remember that is do if that we're going to sit down we're going to break and you want to come into to summary class which you have in Zoom which you can say it link right there in the description which you can click on and you all more então eu come to come back there and also back there we're actually going to be letting you know about it releasing of the Bible study that we're going to be start doing so you can get it you can actually download it for free so the rest we're going to give you all that information back there then after that then you start letting people click all the time but we're going to release it to you get first to where you get it and that Bible study is based on Jesus prayer article document that you need to go through which we're going to do the Bible study and this is a interactive class do rest that class will also be we're going to say things presented in the front on this front on YouTube and that class will be going on in the back and later be pushed forward again to where people can say it results this why people cannot say or try to comment as the course session is going on this. Bible study that so you are going to let that match that later be overturned to area or get it sudoeste. With that we hope that everybody will sit there and say what was going on and we can remember what was happening but what we want to make sure is that for the action every person have a chance to participate sudoeste in the back we can make sure that everybody who want to participate can participate and they're going to be doing some opening session parties on tomorrow after the book of Romans because the book of Romans will be completed tomorrow and once we have that completed you be going full blown into this course to the Bible study so it will help you precept the Bíblia lot better help you understand the Bíblia lot better and help you go through the Bíblia na more technical way to understand what to say the Lord what is required of you and to stand what you believe in sudoeste if that I say to action very person that I want to make in the back all the more então you come to come in the back and you come back to it where you can get the information then anybody else that I knew that wanted to come back and be part of it were also going to be giving information about it Passover that will be going on the following week will be getting information on that also suggest if that I say until tomorrow will be going through the Romans on King James Bíblia University Sudoeste until tem site reaction very person shalom. Forelha. Ó. Me. Ó. Ó. E. Can you say what's wrong with me Forelha?